I'm sure we've all seen the raid that took place at Sun City Prison that was conducted by the new Minister of Correctional Services, Mr. Groenewald. Now, this has been a trending topic in Mzansi for over a week now because the police conducted that raid and managed to find many illegal things that shouldn't be in prison. Now, it makes you wonder ukuthi yini ebeyenza ukuthi things like this, raids like this zingenzeki in our country. Because kuze ngenze le video, I want to share my opinion on these prison raids that are still planned and the ones that just happened. Yazine, this thing yokuthi igebengu zizophila soft life in prison zize zibe nesibindi zokwenza ama videos zoposte online zisitshele ukuthi zona zihleli kamnandi ejele, thina si outside sizitshela ukuthi bayasafara kanti bona abahleli kamnandi. You know, when I saw that video of that foreign guy, I'm not sure, I think it's Zimbabwean, ayenza leya video telling us ukuthi thina sizitshela ukuthi bayasafara in prison kanti bona bahleli kamnandi. You know, when I saw that video ne, inhliziyo yami ivele yaba buhlungu. Like inhliziyo yami ivele yaba buhlungu, but mayiba buhlungu kanje ngabuye ngazikhumbuza ukuthi no, this is what's happening in South Africa. Yes, that guy made that video telling us ukuthi they are living soft life in prison, but that's a story that we've been knowing. It's not a new story. For years now, inmates were living like this. It's just that it's the first time maybe a person created a video and told everybody ukuthi bona bahleli kamnandi in prison. But we've all been knowing, especially if you are an inmate onemali in South Africa, in prison you live a soft life because you are able to pay the wardens, the wardens. You are able to pay the wardens and pay anybody ozokusiza ukuthi ukhona ukuphile leya soft life yakho. Yabo? So besazi vele ukuthi people abanemali in Mzansi ejele, they don't suffer. Yabo? So when I saw that video, ngivele should inhliziyo yami yababuhlungu ngathi yo, it has gotten to a point whereby now these people are so confident in such a way ukuthi they can record videos and tell us ukuthi they are living a soft life. But into yenza impilo inhliziyo yami ukuthi ibebuhlungu, it's because khumbula ukuthi asali ne, I saw other people there on the internet saying no, these people nabo they deserve ukuthi babe namafonu because they just use those phones to call their families. Sikhumbule ukuthi those people, some of them have been there for years. Some of them have changed, so they need to live like normal human beings. They've paid for their sins, so we should allow them to do some things. Maybe babe nalama plasma banawo bakhona ukubuka TV noma babe nama cell phones. You know, to all the people ebe bajamelana nalento yabantu who are in prison abaphila kamnandi, those people, according to me, are people who've never been abused by someone, are the people who've never encountered a criminal in their lives. Yabona, if you've never met a criminal or you've never been in a position whereby you are dealing with a criminal, you will never understand why those people there don't deserve any sort of soft life. Those people there deserve to suffer. Amunye uzokutshela ukuthi ngibona umunye aze athi no, ijele ela noma ubani. So don't say those people deserve to suffer because kusasa it might be you. Some of them, they are there but innocent. You know all these arguments. Ngiyawenza all these arguments. Yes, ijele yela noma ubani and kusasa ngaba yimo boshiwe. Yabo abanye baboshiwe ngezinto abangakazenzi. I understand. But isikhumbule ukuthi those people who are inmates there have been prosecuted with evidence. Ne? And kunabantu ababulale abanye abantu who are in prison. If akekho umuntu oke wabulala one of your family members, you will never understand how it feels to see someone who killed your mother, to kill your brother, posting a video telling you ukuthi la khona uhleli kamnandi. You will never understand that pain because you have never lost a loved one to a criminal. In prison, there are people who raped children. There are people who raped infants. There's someone who raped Isana, Elina 6 months, is there in prison. When those people deserve nabokuthi at least yabo bathole isikhathi to cool off, yabo, they don't need to be punished ngaleyo ndlela. You will never understand the pain of giving birth to a child and then a fully grown man alale nalo mntwana loyo amdlwengule. You will never understand the pain of seeing that person posting a video and telling you ukuthi la akhona uhleli kamnandi. You understand? There are serial killers there. There are people abahlukumeze umphakathi in ways you can never imagine if you've never been hlukumezed wena ngaleyo ndlela. You understand? So, those people there in prison deserve to be punished, deserve to be miserable. I don't care who says what. If you are telling me I shouldn't say that because kusasa it might be me. It might be me zabengenzeni. If ngiyahamba ngiyobulala abantu and then I go to prison, I deserve to be there. I deserve to face whatever punishment that is coming to me. So to tell me that we shouldn't punish labo bantu ngendlela emele bapunishwe ngayo simply because wena ubazwela ubuhlungu. I understand ukuthi lento enza ukuthi ubazwela ubuhlungu, it's because you've never been in a situation whereby you are involved with a criminal. Mhlawumbe khona into akwenze yona or one of your family members. Ask the victims of these people ukuthi bafila kanjani and you will understand ukuthi lento eyenzakalayo shouldn't be happening. Yes, asali, prison is rehabilitation. But not every inmate in prison wants to be rehabilitated. Let's remember that, people. Rehab, lento isebenza njengoma in drugs, like if you are using drugs, you can't go to rehab inhliziyo yakho ingakavumi. You can go there, but as soon as you get out of there, you are going back to drugs. Why? Because you didn't want it personally. It's the same in prison. There are people who go to prison and actually get rehabilitated. But there are people who are in prison who don't want to be rehabilitated. You understand? So, you can't force someone to be rehabilitated. Yena angafuni. These people baba lapha, and then mabafika lapha, they get worse. They get worse. You understand? And then those people kill people inside the prison. Ekubeni bekabulala nabantu ngaphandle, but continue killing people inside the prison. And then when you're trying to tell me ukuthi that person right makane cell phone in prison, right makane TV in prison, right makane mali in prison. What is that, people? What is that? And then we talk about the issue of lama wardens ebekavula iphaza shop ngaphakathi. Bavula iphaza shop bathengisela ama inmates anything that they can want. Instead ukuthi bapunisha labantu, they make sure ukuthi these people get what's coming from them, for them. Bona, they are in there giving them a good life. Bavula iphaza shop lapho ngaphakathi, they are making money off of these people instead of punishing them or rehabilitating them. So the whole system yalama prisons was fucked up. So, what the minister did, the new Minister of Correctional Services, Mr. Groenewald, what he did, I applaud. And ngifisa ngathi angaqhubeka ayina kwamanye ama prison. Kusho ukuthi lento ibe a regular thing. Labantu bangakhululeki in prison. Baze basidelele benza ama video baselo bahlele kamnandi in prison. Bazama ukuthi the South African correctional service or the South African correctional system is very weak. Imagine iphandle lisitshela ukuthi lihlele kamnandi ejele yethu. Ekubeni usuke ecountry yakhe wazohlukumeza abantu la South Africa ukuze angene ejele. And then makafika ejele uba nesibindi sokutshela thina futhi ukuthi thina sisitshela ukuthi uyasafara kanti la yena hleli khona uhlele kamnandi. According to you, right lento leyo mawucabanga wena. Ayikho right lento leyo bafethu. Let's not fool each other. Let's not nje sicambelana manga ayikho right lento leyo. So, what the minister did, I really, really appreciate. And wangathi angaqhubeka enze more. Every month, angabe yakhonakala wonke ama prisons abe raided, bangakhululeki labantu. Ngiyabona. Prison should be a place evimbela abantu who are not in prison ukuthi bangafuni ukuya kiyo. Prison should be a place that people fear. Umuntu makacabanga ukubamba umunye umntwana inkunzi. Lapho uracabanga ukudubula umunye umntwana afe or uracabanga uyodlwengula or whatever, akhumbule ukuthi kunendawo abathi ijele and akusindawo engifuna ukuya kiyo leyo. Hayi ukuthi we are living in a country la khona abantu bangasasabi ijele because bathe ejele ehlalwa kamnandi. Ejele uphatha noma yini ofuna ukuyiphatha. Uyabona? Kumele kube indawo ethusayo so that izovimba le igebengu ukuthi ziyeke lobugebengu cause zisaba ijele. Uyabona? So the last thing I want to talk about is that South Africa is starting to rise. I don't know ukuthi maybe he one uyibonayo lento, but I was starting to lose hope in South Africa with all the corruption that was happening. But since this new government of national unity has been established, I am seeing a very different South Africa. I am starting to gain faith again in our country, in our beautiful country. I'm starting to regain confidence in our country. If you can look at this GNU government, it's as if everyone who's a part of this government, whether it's the Minister of Home Affairs, is the Minister of Sports, is the Minister, these new ministers, it's like they are all trying to prove a point. Uguti, the ANC is what was dragging the country to the ground. I understand. Well, I don't know whether they are doing it just so that maybe next time we can vote for them, their parties individually, so that they can have the outright majority. I don't know. Whether they are lying to us, they are just putting a facade. They are putting on a facade so that we can vote for them in single-handedly next time. But if what they are doing, these new ministers, is actually genuine, well, I think this government of national unity is what we need going forward, is what we need forever. Because ageko omuntu, it's like every political party is trying to prove itself. And in them trying to prove themselves, they are delivering the best of services. So our country needed that competition like uma political party so that we can improve. Because azojampiseleka nakangenza umsebenzi. But lento yokuthi we have one outright ruling party, yiyo ebenza ukuthi bakhululeke, bagcineke, benze corruption. Yebo. So I applaud the work that was done by the minister. I applaud the work that is done by Mackenzie, Lapha Sport. I applaud the work that is done by the new Minister of Home Affairs, making sure ukuthi companies don't hire undocumented people, who play no role in our economy, who pay no tax, who don't have South African documents, but they are paid by South African companies, even if they are not South African companies, but they are operating in South Africa. They should be employing South Africans. Don't tell us that South Africans are lazy. We are not lazy. We just don't want to be paid peanuts for work that is not equivalent to those peanuts. I can't be in the sun the whole day laying bricks every day, and then you are going to pay me like I was just sweeping the floor. No, we can't be like that. Yabo. So these companies need to understand that we as South Africans, we are not lazy. We just don't want them to take advantage of us. Then they resort ukuthi bahambe bayoqasha labantu laba from the outside because bona banandaba nokuthi babhatala 100 rand or 10 rand. Yabona? So I applaud the Minister of Home Affairs for taking that initiative now. All of this is happening because of this government of national unity. Everyone is trying to prove himself and his political party ukuthi they are the best for the country. Yabona? So if things continue like this, people, in the next 10 years, our country will be very clean of corruption. If we continue like this. Yabo? So, that's just what I wanted to talk about in today's video. About Mr. Groenewald, because what he did there, I actually appreciate. Because there are families out there who've been through traumatic experiences because of these people, abaphila soft life in prison. There are people abanamanceba angahili even today because of some evil individuals who don't deserve to live any type of soft life. Kunabantu who've been through situations that you can't even imagine. So if when you are one of these people who say, no, everyone, we shouldn't judge those people because suicide might be you, I think you are only saying that because you've never been a victim of anything. If you've ever been a victim to someone, those will understand those people that deserve to suffer. But since you've never, they are exaggerating, should be punished. They are exaggerating, but wait until one person kills your mother or kills your father, and then bese after a year or two umbone online, maybe lapho ku-TikTok we are scrolling uhlangane the very same person ayenza video athi I'm living nice, yeah, I'm living nice, you think I'm suffering, I'm not suffering. Imagine the pain. Musi iyovuka yonke leya pain. Iyovuka yonke leya pain, people. Yayibona? So I applaud Mr. Groenewald for that. Continue doing your thing. Let's put race aside. Let's put race aside, man, people. Lento yokuthi no, lamabhunu, what, they shouldn't be ministers because they are people. This is the true definition of a rainbow nation. What is happening in our country today? A mixture of black leaders and a mixture of white leaders. That's the rainbow nation. And that's what's going to work for our country. Because noma singathini, we live in a country that consists of black and whites. And kuzohlala kunjalo. So unless we find a way to live together, our country will never improve. So what's happening is the true definition of a rainbow nation. Blacks and whites together fighting corruption, trying to make sure that our country improves. That's something we should appreciate. If umuntu wenza umsebenzi osharp, umsebenzi oncomekayo, mncomeni loyo muntu. Not ningathi it's a white person. Yes, it's a white person, but wenza umsebenzi oncomekayo. He deserves the respect and the adoration. Yeah, man. So that's just what I wanted to discuss in today's video. Please, ngiyathanda ukuthi ngizwe nawe uvo lwakho yabo. So leave a comment down below and tell me what did you think about Mr. Groenewald conducting these raids? Athola lezi zinto in prison, the drugs, the money, all of the contraband nje abayitholile lapho. How did that make you feel? Basho kutholakala nama-plasma. I don't know the plasma TVs ukuthi ke bebawo-connecta kanjani. I don't know, but yes, it's a lot. Mara bathi akekho umuntu oneplani njengesiboshwa. So I guess bebazibona ukuthi lama-plasma abawo-connecta kanjani. Yabo. Mara ke ngicabanga bebenzelwe ama-favor by the wardens that they are paying. Abenzele ama-favor. Even the wardens are facing disciplinary actions right now. Even the wardens are facing disciplinary actions, over 100 of them, if I'm not mistaken. Yabo. So all of these departments in South Africa, mele corruption iphume yonke kancane, yonke corruption must be exposed so that we can clean our motherland, man. Let's clean our country, people. You know, South Africa is a very respectable country in the world, not even in Africa alone, in the world. If you can ask someone from out there, which country do you think is the best in Africa? South Africa is always there. South Africa is always there. You understand? This is a very beautiful country, people, with beautiful people. But the corruption is ruining our country. So, what's happening right now? I appreciate. Ngathi le spirit abasiphethe laba ministers, le spirit abasiphethe bangasilahli, basiphathe throughout this 5-year term. Ngesibone ukuthi maybe i-country angeke ishintshe na. I think izoshintsha. My name is Emmanuel, and this is Mzansi Versity, the place where we transform lives through knowledge and information. Let's meet again on another video.